F what it do to me. Yeah, making me dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Coming back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go with Chubb on second down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
4 down.
Mayfield forced out to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Down. Flag 22. Flag 22. Richmond. Come back. Tiger.
Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tiger. Two jet. Tiger.
from the gun. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Mayfield on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here we go now. Blue line.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. It's complete to Grant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's Mayfield. Now he's going to let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Throwing, Mayfield. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye. Mayfield to throw it. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Richmond.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here's Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Buying time to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now. 1st and 10 at the 40.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Mayfield on play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Flushed out right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Hey, who waiting? Who waiting? Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Richmond.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Tiger. Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Set. 319.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here we go now.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room to the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Hurry up, here we go.
2nd down, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And this one's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Mayfield down. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Things like a nice second down for them.
And he'll find QT on the right side complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Watson now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Watson off play action. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Green the line. Green the line. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Richmond, Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Two jet. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Two jet.
On first down, Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Mayfield now from the 50. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Grant. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Come back.
On first down, it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, who ready? Do Jack. Tiger.
On first and 10, Watson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Black 22.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. In for the score. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A give. This is Chubb. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Detroit!
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Watson underneath for Miller. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Going up top. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it again with Miller. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Two jet.
Watson now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got Miller. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Two jet.
They get it to him running left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tiger. Richmond. Tiger.
Watson on 1st down. staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Watson operating from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Second down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, here's Miller. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to float this over the middle deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Again, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the... And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Day. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. A good pickup there of 22.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
On 1st and 10, Day. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Throwing on 1st down. Day. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now it's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Now a handoff to Miller. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And the pitch goes to Miller. Miller with 1st down and more. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 53 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Off play action. Day. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14.
Now let's go. 3-19.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And a disappointing way to close out the season. He got into the playoffs but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this